Hey Stink, it's Season Love, SCNLUV, that's who I be. And welcome to another Wednesday with me. This is the Season Lifestyle series where I like to speak about shit that I want to talk about. This is the Season Lifestyle. Let's get to know me and the way that I live. And yeah, if you fuck with it, comment down below. If you don't, comment down below too, because why not? You know what I mean? This week, we are talking about getting to know the shadow. Now, if you don't know, I'm a real spiritual girl. I'm real tapped into my ancestors and shit like that. And my spirit guides, my spirit team, the divine. You know what I'm saying? My philosophy is that God, divine source, this all higher being that we are all aware of is Mother Nature herself, is life force energy, our breath. Feel me? The things that give us life, you know what I mean? That's Mother Nature, that's God, that's the divine, that's spirit, that's her guiding our lives every single step of the way. And keeping that in mind, something that I have learned more and more about just going along on my spiritual journey is shadow self. What is your shadow self? Great question. Now, your shadow self, and this is just a basic Google definition, like your shadow self is basically the parts of you that are kind of hard to face, the parts of you that are very cringe and kind of like, I don't really want to think about. I don't want to think about that. You know what I'm saying? The kind of parts that we suppress on a daily basis because we're just used to suppressing our emotions because of this capitalistic society's conditioning. So I have 3 things that I want to talk about pertaining to the shadow today to help us get a little bit more familiar with what it is, the purpose, and why we should actually acknowledge it. So how I see the shadow is like your inner supervillain, right? This inner supervillain runs off of your insecurities, your fears, your doubts, your limiting beliefs, and just essentially, the bad intrusive thoughts that come into your head. That's your shadow self speaking to you, trying to essentially protect you, I want to say, because that is the point of, I feel like, in my opinion, and this is getting into my second point, which is the ego. Now, I don't know, I kind of like, I'm getting a vision right now of like a split self. This is the light side, this is the dark side. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how I see the shadow or the ego. You know what I mean? They're kind of the same thing to me. Understanding your inner supervillain is important because the way to defeat them is to really hold them to the truth. I feel like hold them to hold the actual facts up to them. Because the only reason that your shadow or your inner supervillain is like that, a supervillain, is because they're ashamed. They're ashamed of the things that, they're embarrassed about, the things that they cringe about, the things that they're insecure about. And that's okay, because we all have these limiting judgments for ourselves. You know what I mean? We all have these things, which is why it's just so important to acknowledge them through things like shadow work. I'm doing a 60-day shadow work prompt thing on my Instagram, seasonlove.org. You can go follow along with me. If you text me, I'll send you the link so that you can start from number 1. I suggest that you start from number 1 and really be consistent with just doing at least one prompt a day. Excuse me. Because you'll just really learn a lot about yourself, and acknowledging these parts of yourself, even if it's something that you feel like, I know this already. I know this about myself already. Like, what the fuck? Like, even that, it's still good to write it out and be able to reread it over and really see and acknowledge, like, okay, wow, these are the parts of myself, like, that I may suppress or look over. You know what I'm saying? These are the parts of myself that, damn, oh, wow, so that's where that insecurity came from. Okay, oh, shit, goddamn. Start connecting the dots to your trauma and healing from those things. That is why shadow work is so important. Let's speak a little bit more about the ego. Your ego is scared, and your ego is just trying to protect you. Your ego is trying to not make you feel small. So they give you all the what ifs. You know what I'm saying? They give you all the, oh, what if this? Oh, what if this person thinks this? Oh, what if this person thinks this? Oh, but what if this person thinks that? When in all reality, nobody gives a fuck. And your ego is just scaring you into thinking that others give a fuck so that they can stop you from doing the things that you really want to do, that your intuition is telling you to do, that your heart is calling you to do. Your ego will really block your fucking blessings. And your ego will also push people away if you're having too much pride. Because pride can really also fuel the shadow, fuel the ego, and make it more prominent. Think of the shadow as literally like you covering yourself. You're hiding yourself from the real world. You know what I'm saying? And you're presenting yourself as this other being that off rip comes off as insecure, comes off as less confident and cringy. You know what I'm saying? Because you're too scared to be true to yourself, because you're too scared to be your most true, authentic self, because you don't think that it will be accepted. And that, this is more unpacking that you have to do with the shadow. You know what I'm saying? The shadow is truly, truly, truly like something like I see it's the opposite of accountability. I feel like the shadow, the ego makes excuses. Going into our last point of this video, what I wanted to speak about was shadow traits. Now, shadow traits are basically, and how Krista explained to me, Krista is my spiritualist, please go follow her. Ooh, it's Jupiter hour. Yes. How she had explained it to me was your shadow traits are basically shit that's not beneath you. So like true fucking tea. When I started, when I started like working on my shadow and really started doing like shadow work and shit like that, it's dead not beneath me to rob somebody. I'm weak. I feel like in one of my past lives, or like I know, and because I've meditated on this and I've done the ancestral work and shit like that, and all of that other things that I can talk about, in another video, spiritual girl things, you know what I mean? But like in doing my shadow work and recognizing my shadow traits, realizing that robbery was dead something that was not beneath me, like my soul, like that is dead not beneath me. Like it's something that I will not do because I know that it is wrong. However, it is not beneath me to really run up on somebody, yo, my nigga, give me your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, I was a man in my past life. I was. In one of my past lives, I was a man. So like, and when I realized that, you know what happened? I dead got robbed. Stink, I am not even joking. I dead got robbed $680 from this dumb, stupid bitch. They better do her in jail. I swear to God, this bitch is a felon. If y'all want a story time on that, I will give y'all a story time. Let me know down in the comments. Shadow traits are things that are not beneath you. Things that you will not do in this current reality because they're wrong. And you know that they're wrong. You know what I'm saying? However, it's not beneath you to do. Like, you would dead do that if you were to truly, truly embody your shadow and your ego. This was getting to know the shadow. Now, up on my blog, seasonlove.org, I have a blog post up about the ego that I really think that you should read. It's a great read. And you can get a little bit more about my perspective on the ego and my past experiences and things like that. I like to do that a lot with my blog posts. Just give my personal story and allow you guys to kind of learn from me. On that note, thank you guys so much for watching this Season Lifestyle Wednesday video. I really appreciate you for being here. Please do not forget to like, subscribe, and comment because I want to talk to you. I'm weak. I want, like, you just gonna sit here watching me like, who are you? You know what I'm saying? What's some of your shadow traits? What's something that's not beneath you? I told you one. You got to tell me one now. So comment down below. Don't be shy. Scroll down. I'm weak. I hope you have a beautiful day, beautiful life, and I will see you guys next week. So, I love you.
Lights, camera, action. Gotta move, time is passing. That's why I like the speed of light. No time to be taking time, ayy. Ain't fucking with no has-beens, ayy. Tryna see my diamonds